believe me! I am a rich man!
One night, a rich man called Mr. Okoro woke up shaking with fear after terrifying spirits started attacking him inside his own mansion. His bedroom was big and beautiful. The walls were painted white. A large television stood near the bed. Expensive curtains covered the windows. But despite all the wealth, peace had disappeared from his life. That night, Mr. Okoro screamed loudly. "Ah!" His wife jumped from the bed. "What is happening?" Mr. Okoro pointed toward the dark corner of the room with trembling hands. There! Somebody is standing there!" But his wife saw nothing. The children woke up crying. Servants rushed into the house. Everybody searched around. Nothing. But Mr. Okoro continued sweating heavily. For many nights, strange things continued happening. Sometimes he heard footsteps on the roof. Sometimes somebody knocked on the walls. Sometimes he felt cold hands touching his neck while sleeping. Other nights he saw dark shadows moving around his room. He stopped sleeping well. His business started failing. He became weak. Even food lost taste. One morning his friend visited him and whispered carefully, "My brother, this problem looks spiritual." Mr. Okoro looked tired. "I think somebody wants to kill me." The friend leaned closer. "There is a powerful witch doctor far from here. Many rich people go there secretly." At first, Mr. Okoro refused. "I cannot go to such places." But the attacks continued. One night he almost ran mad after hearing strange voices calling his name from outside the window. "Okoro! Okoro!" That same night he made up his mind. The next evening he secretly left home using another car so villagers would not notice him. The journey was long. The road became smaller and darker. Finally, they reached a deep village surrounded by trees. At the center stood a small shrine covered with red cloths, bones, feathers, and calabashes. Fire burned outside. Drums could be heard from a distance. Mr. Okoro swallowed hard. His heart beat quickly. Then a young man came out slowly from inside the shrine. The rich man did not recognize him because the man's face was covered with white powder and strange beads. But the young man immediately recognized the rich man. It was his own poor neighbor Chuku. Chuku lived in a small broken house near Mr. Okoro's mansion. Every day the rich man saw him wearing torn clothes. Sometimes Chuku borrowed salt from neighbors. Sometimes he carried firewood. Nobody knew where he worked. Mr. Okoro never respected him. Whenever Chuku greeted him, he answered carelessly. But now Chuku stood before him inside the shrine. Chuku quickly controlled his emotions. He pretended not to know the rich man. In a deep voice, he asked, "Where do you come from?" Mr. Okoro looked around nervously. "I came from another town." Chuku nodded slowly. "What problem brings you here?" Mr. Okoro sighed deeply. "Spirits are attacking me." Chuku acted surprised. "What kind of spirits?" "At night they chase me. I cannot sleep. My business is collapsing." Chuku remained silent for some seconds, as if listening to invisible voices. Then he shook his head slowly. This case is serious." Mr. Okoro became frightened. "Can you help me?" Chuku walked around the fire carefully. "The spirits are following you because somebody near you is carrying bad luck." Mr. Okoro's eyes widened. "Who?" Chuku pointed mysteriously into darkness. "Your neighbor." Mr. Okoro froze. "My neighbor?" "Yes." "But how?" "The spirits want to leave your body and shift to somebody else." Mr. Okoro breathed quickly. "What should I do?" Chuku lowered his voice. Tonight exactly at midnight, go to your neighbor's compound quietly. Mr. Okoro listened carefully. You will pour cold water on yourself there without soap. No soap? Yes, no soap, no talking, no looking behind. And the spirits? They will leave you and attack the neighbor. Mr. Okoro felt relieved. Thank you. But Chuku's eyes secretly shined with hidden wisdom. That midnight, Mr. Okoro covered himself with a black coat and quietly walked outside. The village was silent. Dogs barked from far away. Owls cried from trees. Slowly he entered Chuku's compound carrying a bucket of cold water. Unknown to him, Chuku was already hiding outside behind banana plants. He watched everything carefully. Mr. Okoro removed his shirt and started pouring cold water over himself. He trembled heavily. Please leave me alone, spirits, he whispered. Chuku quietly used his phone and took pictures. After bathing, Mr. Okoro ran back home. But the following night, the attacks returned again. He heard plates falling inside the kitchen. His bedroom door opened by itself. The rich man nearly cried. Early the next morning, he rushed back to the shrine. Chuku pretended to be busy throwing powder into fire. Before Mr. Okoro spoke, Chuku suddenly said, "You disobeyed instructions." Mr. Okoro froze. What? You looked around while bathing. The rich man became shocked. How did you know? The spirits told me. Mr. Okoro's mouth remained open. He truly believed now. Nobody saw me there. Chuku closed his eyes dramatically. The spirits see everything. Mr. Okoro became more fearful. Please help me again. Chuku sighed deeply. This time do not fear. Do not look behind. Even if you hear voices, continue walking. Mr. Okoro nodded quickly. That night he returned again. Once again, Chuku hid outside watching him. Mr. Okoro poured cold water on himself. Suddenly, Chuku threw a stone into bushes. Kapak! Mr. Okoro almost looked behind but remembered the warning. He started running home while sweating. The next day, Chuku visited the rich man's neighborhood secretly during daytime. Near the gate, he saw chickens moving around. That evening, Mr. Okoro returned to the shrine, smiling slightly. I think the attacks reduced. Chuku nodded wisely. Yes, but the spirits are hungry. Hungry? Yes. What do they eat? A white chicken. Mr. Okoro quickly remembered his neighbor owned white chickens. The next morning, one chicken disappeared from Chuku's compound. Chuku smiled secretly. Later that evening, Mr. Okoro visited again carrying money. The chicken worked. Chuku pretended to listen to invisible voices again. Yes, but another sacrifice is needed. Mr. Okoro became desperate. Anything. The spirits need goat meat. Days passed. Each time, Chuku invented new sacrifices. Sometimes salt, sometimes palm oil, sometimes money wrapped in black cloth, sometimes bottles of drink. Mr. Okoro obeyed everything. Meanwhile, Chuku's life started changing slowly. His broken roof got repaired. His wife bought new dresses. His children returned to school. Neighbors became surprised. Where is Chuku getting money? Nobody knew. One afternoon, Mr. Okoro saw one of his own chickens near Chuku's house. He became confused. That evening at the shrine, he asked carefully, I saw a chicken that looks exactly like mine near my neighbor's house. Chuku did not panic. Instead, he laughed mysteriously. The spirits rejected it. Rejected? Yes. It carried too much spiritual dirt. So why is it there? The spirits dumped it back near the source of the curse. Mr. Okoro immediately believed. Ah, these spirits are dangerous. Chuku nodded seriously. Very dangerous. One night, Chuku demanded a bigger sacrifice. "This problem is stubborn." Mr. Okoro almost cried. "What now?" "You need $7,000. $7,000? Yes, the spirits must be transferred permanently." Mr. Okoro became desperate. "My life is more important than money." The next day he brought the money secretly. Chuku accepted it calmly. That night he returned home and hid the money carefully under the floor. But something unexpected happened. After many weeks, Mr. Okoro attended a church crusade because his wife begged him. At first he refused. "I already have spiritual help." But his wife insisted. Finally he went. The pastor preached powerfully. "Some people run everywhere looking for help but forget God first." Mr. Okoro felt uncomfortable. The pastor continued, "Darkness cannot remove darkness. Only God gives true peace." Then the pastor prayed for people. Mr. Okoro also knelt down seriously for the first time in many months. He prayed deeply. "God, help me." That night something surprising happened. For the first time in many months, he slept peacefully. No shadows, no voices, no nightmares. Morning came quietly. Mr. Okoro woke up shocked. The second night passed peacefully again, even the third night. Slowly, fear disappeared. He stopped visiting the shrine. Days later, Chuku waited and waited, but the rich man never returned. Finally, Chuku secretly went near the mansion, pretending to pass by. He found Mr. Okoro happily sitting outside drinking tea. The rich man smiled proudly. "My brother, God has helped me." Chuku forced a smile. "That is good." Mr. Okoro continued, "Ever since I started praying in church, the spirits disappeared." Chuku became silent. The rich man added happily, "I wasted too much money looking for help in wrong places." Those words pierced Chuku's heart deeply. That evening, Chuku sat alone outside his house thinking. For years he had tricked frightened people. He used fear to make money. But now he realized something. Prayer had succeeded where all tricks failed. Days later, heavy rain fell in the village. As Chuku sat inside his house, he heard church songs from far away. Something touched his heart. The next Sunday, he secretly entered the church and sat at the back. The pastor preached, "What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his soul?" Chuku lowered his head slowly. Tears filled his eyes. For the first time in many years, he felt guilty. After service, he quietly approached the pastor. "I want to change my life." The pastor smiled kindly. "God still loves you." Months later, the village became shocked again. The shrine closed. Chuku stopped practicing witchcraft completely. Instead, he started farming honestly. One evening, Mr. Okoro visited him. Both men sat quietly under a mango tree. Mr. Okoro laughed softly. "So it was you all along?" Many people spend money looking for dark powers before thinking about God. Some people only remember prayer after every other option fails. But true peace does not come from fear, sacrifices, or secret shrines. True peace comes from God. Fear can make people believe anything. Fear can even make intelligent people become blind. The rich man had everything: money, cars, servants, and a beautiful house. But he still lacked peace because he forgot where true help comes from. And Chuku also learned that tricking frightened people may bring temporary wealth, but it never brings peace to the heart. The Bible says in Psalm 121 verse 2, "My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." Before running to darkness, people should first kneel before God. Before trusting fear, people should trust prayer. And before giving power to evil, people should remember that God's power is greater than every spirit of darkness.